Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Right, so this is going to be War 2 out of 9 in season 36, and this time around New Nation's taking on Jedi Knight. I think it's Jedi Knights. Right, so Jedi Assassins. No, it's Jedi Assassins now, yeah? It's Alliance Tag, yeah. Anyways, so they are crazy strong alliance, and I do know that they are in fact trying this season, unlike New Nation. New Nation is not pushing for top 10. So for this war, we actually were quite trolly. We placed every single member, I think, in BG3 placed a Dr. Doom, and the entire mini-boss island was just littered with Dr. Dooms. Like, every single mini-boss was Dr. Doom. We kind of threw diversity out there, just, you know, why not? So, I don't have too many fights this war either, and one of them is a bit nasty and messy, but I do have some bonus rank 4 6-star Quicksilver footage sent over to me by White Mommy, who got lucky, pulled him within the first 5 crystals, I believe, and has taken him to rank 4 SIG 200. So we're gonna have to enjoy that as well in a second. So here in section 1, I have to do my path 5 fights, and I do have Kitty, Tigra, and Magneto House of X. Magneto House of X is actually super important for some of these fights. Like here we have Ebb and Flow knockdown and right back at it. So it is important that I will be knocking down the America Chavez, obviously. But at the same time, when she goes debuff immune, she doesn't get immunity to passive stun. So Magneto House of X pre-fight is going to let me just stun her casually and freely. And on top of that, obviously, when I inflict passive stun with Kitty, then she gains 2 prowesses, so it is going to be easier to ramp up my Kitty Pride. So other than that, this is going to be a very kind of basic fight. So I'm not running Liquid Courage Double Edge. I did boost like with a moderate medium boost set, just because why not? I have those boosts, I have to use them somewhere. I you know, might as well use them for war, because I don't have any content to do either. So it's, yeah, there you go. And here we can see how easy this fight is. Just you can literally run in the special attacks again as soon as that Fury disappears from Ebb and Flow knockdown. Just knock her down again, get in there, and I'm here gonna go for a couple more crits, drop my level 2 with the Fury active, and the fight is over. Very quick, very harmless. One of the least intimidating America Chavez fights that I have done in a long time. And yeah, 32 seconds, 25 hits, basically just build up to level 2 and be done with it. This next fight also is not too bad. Ebb and Flow knockdown, heavy hitter Nick Fury. I'm once again going to be using guidance boost primarily here, so Kitty Pride ramps up quicker whenever I do throw a special attack. And obviously we do have class advantage, and Kitty Pride is actually one of those champions that's borderline busted against Nick Fury, because Nick Fury organically and naturally gets the ability to bypass miss once he has above 5 charges, which means that if he's hitting Kitty Pride whilst she's phasing, you know, that phase is paused, I take no damage, and I have significantly increased power gain, so it's super easy there. So here I'm gonna drop my level 2. First life of Nick Fury is done, so now he's healing. I'm still unblockable, I still have that Fury, so I kind of chip away at that. I have 3 prowess active again, so I can just easily dash in freely at Nick Fury should I choose to do so, even though he has 9 charges right now. I don't care for it at all, because, you know, again, if he hits me while I'm phased, it's, you know, just to my benefit. Now, I do realize that I have the protection active, and I haven't knocked him down in a while, so that is exactly what I end up doing here. Now, he's not going to die as a result of that, and here is the one place where I did kind of make a mistake, but luckily I didn't get punished by it, and I just finish out the fight shortly afterwards. Now, this next fight is going to be messy. It is a bit embarrassing. I promise you, I normally play better with Tigra against Nova. So there's nothing really dangerous in this thing. As long as we're not nullifying anything, he's not going to be gaining extra power. And then, yes, that he has superior specials or something, it's fine. It's not the biggest deal. The thing about Nova is obviously his level 1 is slightly annoying. So here we can see that, well, first of all, he just refused to throw a heavy attack, which kind of pissed me off a bit. But it's fine. I do want to get him in the corner. Then instead, I'm not going to be baiting out heavy attack before that. But here's going to be a mistake. Normally, I have no problem dealing with this Nova's level 1. And just take that, you know, evade the beam or take it on a block and then evade it again. But I just mistimed my dex slightly there. And that obviously caused me to take some damage. And here again, I'm well, no, this bit is fine. I think I'm going to mess it up again. Yeah, here I just didn't dash back in time. So this is definitely a scruffy fight, but I did get to my level 2, as soon as I dropped that level 2, that Nova is dead. After this, I have only one fight left, and I'm going to be using Tigra for this one as well. Here, this fight could be tricky if it stretches out in length even a bit. Because if Apoc throws a special attack, he's going to be gaining extra prowess if I block it. And then, as soon as he reaches 3 prowess, he's going to be unblockable. So he throws a single special attack, and if I take any of those hits and block, then he's unblockable. But this fight, I'm going to play kind of better. So we're going to be baiting out heavy attacks, holding block, not letting him throw that special attack, punishing his heavy attacks, as we can see, getting plenty of ruptures there. And I'm going to drop my level 2 here from distance, so it does a very, very good amount of damage. And you can see that he's still not even all that close to 3 bars of power. So I decided that I'm just going to, well, drop another heavy attack was the plan, and finish off the fight. And here I finally do manage to do that. And this fight went extremely smooth without many issues at all. Now, the final score was quite absurd. Like, as in, like, we died, I think, like 40 times or 30 sometimes, and yeah, died about 7, I think 7, 6, something like that. So they clearly won the war. But as promised before, I do have some footage from White Mummy using a rank 4 6-star Quicksilver. I also have Scarlet Witch Sigil footage in war as well for one fight with the Quicksilver synergy, which obviously does give her extra prowesses too. Now, this is a very good placement and a very tricky mini-boss here. Because obviously, you know, it's Sasquatch, he's tanky, he's bulky, you need to be aware of his unstoppables when he's in Wrath of Tanarak, and you need to be able to deal with the miss mechanics whenever they occur, whenever you get those falters. And obviously the cool thing is with Quicksilver that you have slow permanently, and you have permanently ability to bypass miss as long as you pass 300 charges, which is super easy to achieve. And nothing that happens in this fight is of any consequence, of any worry to Quicksilver now at all. And yeah, even Quicksilver has access to Wither, and that can help with Mystic Dispersion as well, or like mitigate it or completely shut it down, which is perfect. And even further, if you do dash in and if you mess up an intercept, then that auto evade is obviously going to come in clutch as well to help you out. And for the final phase as well, because you have a ton of debuffs, you can mitigate the healing extremely easily without much issues. And again, you don't have much to worry about there. So here he's left baiting out that special attack. This bit does get a bit dicey, but he does get that special out. And at this point, he did lose his terminal velocity, his max momentum. So he does need to rebuild it, otherwise he will have to deal with miss. But in order to quickly rebuild it, he basically just needs to throw, ideally, a heavy attack in a level 1, or just build up a bit and throw a level 1, and he's still going to be there. And yeah, nothing much to stress about besides that point at all. Now, there was a detonation. This isn't a perfect fight, admittedly, with Quicksilver, but virtually every mechanic here is putting in work. That's why I do think it's an excellent showcase of why I think Quicksilver is in fact going to be extremely important champion for Alliance Wars. Being able to have that basically permanent slow with permanent ability to bypass miss, it is huge. It shuts down 3 out of 4 most annoying defensive mechanics. Unstoppable, evade, and phasing. You know, the only thing that it doesn't work against is auto block. But, you know, can't always have everything. This is about as close as everything as we're gonna get, I suppose. And here again, he is in a corner, so he does need to get that special attack out. It's perfectly fine. Sasquatch is at 30% there. I'm not sure how is that Sasquatch healing, though, because Whiplashes alone should make sure that Despair has completely negated all of that healing. Maybe White Mummy is not running max Despair or something. But it's fine. So here he goes for level 3. That is sweet, and that Sasquatch is about to be a mincemeat. Again, get that in. 25% health. I think he's not too far off from being able to detonate, especially because he does have max momentum. I think I would just do the medium, light, medium detonation thing whilst throwing level 1 to get the increased damage, and everything would be perfect here. Right. So it's kind of interesting how Sasquatch is not losing any power whilst in Wrath of Tenerak because of the node of his power economy. Anyways, this is actually a bit of a slog fight. This is a quite long fight. I didn't realize this one is going to be as long as it is. But we do have a shorter one against Mangog mini-boss as well. Won't he just let them expire? Now Sassy is at 2% health. Sweet. Okay, he's slowly regenning. Just have a final 5% there to deal. Man, this has been a bit of a war. I do think Mami could have finished this fight earlier, but obviously that will come with, you know, more experience with the champion. And now we do have the Mangog fight. And this Mangog fight is actually like kind of a notorious mini-boss, because there is, up until now, I think, no failsafe counter. Spider-Man 2099 is about as good of an option you have, but even then, if he does get his level 2, you can get kind of screwed. And Mr. Fantastic is an amazing option here. And then if you are willing to use a 5-star magic, is how I personally have tackled this fight. I have used Mr. Fantastic against this guy in like off seasons and stuff, and in seasons I have played with using magic for this fight, which again is, you know, 5 stars, so it is kind of risky. But Quicksilver is pretty much amazing for everything and anything that happens here. Because he finally gets that level 1 baited out. And with 5 withers, you know, you basically have nothing to worry about his power gain. Also, because Quicksilver naturally doesn't gain any buffs from dexterity, you don't need to worry about Mystic Dispersion at all whatsoever in this fight. Now, whenever he does throw his special one, you can maintain those 6 withers, I think, throughout this fight pretty much, you know, reliably. And that's kind of perfect, because you deal with the improved power gain. And that he did get clapped by that level 2 a little bit though. And once you reach terminal velocity, obviously Quicksilver can fully evade that level 2 without much problems as well. So again, I don't think these are necessarily the perfect gameplay showcases, but it is perfect situations where people can showcase exactly how versatile Quicksilver is, because every single aspect of this fight, Mangog goes unstoppable, for instance. There is slow. Mangog throws his level 2. If you're at terminal velocity, you can fully evade that. And obviously the fact that he never gains any buffs, nothing to worry about Mystic Dispersion like ever, and so on and so forth. And withers to mitigate the improved power gain. It's just so awesome. Here we can see that he got clipped on the final hit, but he pretty much fully evaded that. Now he has built up, what, 31 of those charges. Again, you do want to trigger that wither. We can see that there's 6 withers active on him. Means at this point he's not gaining any power at all. And let's see how he decides to finish this fight off. He's probably just gonna go for level 2 detonation here with 100 charges and be done with it, which, you know, is perfectly fine. You can see 100 charges detonate for 151k damage, and the fight is over. So, and yeah, the last bonus clip, Sigil Witch, here is going to be going up against Vision Arcus with the Quicksilver synergy. And, you know, there's always a bit of a question when using Scarlet Witch Sigil in Alliance War, because, you know, unexpected things might happen. I typically don't think, you know, if opponent gets unblockable in an unexpected moment, you're in any risk of dying from like a single mistake, or when you eat like a single combo in majority of the fights. But it can cause you to use some potions unexpectedly. Either way though, here we can clearly see that he immediately has like 2 prowesses active, then he keeps nullifying more buffs, which is absolutely awesome. 3 prowesses, going for a special attack now. At this point there's 5 prowess, and that level 1 hit for like 60k. And there's tons of more power immediately, and this special attack is already way overkill. So yeah, Salvage Sigil is even deadlier now with the Quicksilver synergy. Now that's it for this war video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And let me know what you guys think of this season so far. How are you guys doing and progressing? And I'm going to catch you guys later. See ya.
Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the